Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is Pops Reviews, and back with another review. And this time it's on, as you can see here, Daredevil by Frank Miller and Klaus Janson. And this book here, I kind of got turned on to. I was watching the Netflix Daredevil series, and I was really curious about reading Daredevil stories from it. And I thought I always wanted to read Frank Miller's stories, and this here is, if you want to know where those stories from the Netflix came from, right? It's right from this Frank Miller series here. It was this is incredible. This book here, it still holds to this day. Um, and yes, it's if you like I said, if you like the Netflix show, if you like, then you should definitely read this here. This is definitely worth going to. And again, like I was a fan, like I'm a fan of Spider-Man and the Avengers and Justice League, and yeah, this here is just a great stories packed into this book here. Now this here, it collects, as you see, Daredevil, collecting Daredevil number 158 to 161, and number 163 to 191, and a What If issue of Daredevil number 28, and that's What If Daredevil was an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. And yes, this is, I mean, it gives a little synopsis in the back here about, Frank Miller and what he's done with The Dark Knight Returns and Sin City and 300. And you really see a lot of, I'm pretty sure, like with Hell's Kitchen, where Daredevil is, that setting, like I'm sure when it was with Stan Lee in the early beginnings and stuff, like it probably was a little more, I'm gonna guess, cartoony. And I bet you when Frank Miller got a hold of this, it got a lot more grittier, and it looks like probably some of these other stories that he's done, like the Sins. I'm sure the Sin City and this probably have a lot of similarities. I mean, I've never read Sin City. I've watched the movie, but I could see the dark tones of the story, and this here is just a wonderful book. Now, in the beginning, there are some stories. Now, I'm going to open it up here. Now, this is my first omnibus presentation here. I'm not a true fan. I mean, I have quite a few omnibuses, but I'm not a true fan of like really spreading out my omnibuses. I know a lot of guys say, you gotta break the spine open and all this kind of stuff, and I'm not really a fan of reading books that way. My son makes fun of me and my family make fun of me of like how I read a book, like I barely even open the book kind of thing. And so here's a dust jacket here, and then as you can see, like here's the book, and this is a really nice cover. I mean, it's pretty much the dust jacket in full, right? So this here, so really nice. Usually in the beginning, the omnibus books that they would do, Marvel, were just black, but this one was a special, one of the first ones I think they did with a different color of the red. So this was a really nice touch by Marvel here. And yeah, I'm just gonna look through, just look through some of the stuff here. I mean, there's appearances in this book by the Hulk. There's obviously the Kingpin, Bullseye, Elektra. There's a Bullseye here, and yeah, there's Bullseye, Elektra. There's Power Man and Iron Fist, and the art is just great. The art is wonderful in this book, even though it was done in like the '80s, the early '80s even. Just a wonderful illustrations. I mean, to me they still hold up to this day. I'm very impressed with it. So, and then there's a lot of action in this book, like lots and lots of action. Yeah, like I said, like the Netflix show. If you're a fan of the Netflix show, this is definitely a place to start. You don't have to go back all the way to the original Daredevil. Here's a cover here. This one, number 181. So yeah, you don't have to go back to the original Daredevil from like the '60s or whatever. Like you could, definitely start here, and you'd get the good stories here of it. So yeah, it's there's he has run-ins with Stick and the Hand, and another thing that I really liked about this too was I guess like I'm a fan of violence, I guess, and stuff, but something like when Elektra, when she would use her size to kill someone, like they would kind of pierce through. They would like pierce through, not pierce through, but you'd see like the guy, the blade kind of go up through the guy's body, but it wouldn't pierce. And I guess that's so they could keep their comic rating, because then it would be, probably some, excuse me, some R-rated NC-17 comic that they couldn't put on the stands or whatnot, or whatever the case was. But excuse me, yeah. But the way they did it was just great. Great. It was respectful to the readers, and I guess whatever teenagers and kids are out there. Well, yeah, this is a great read. Like I highly recommend this book. Like this is, like I said, lots of Daredevil bullseye fights, Elektra, Kingpin, the Punisher even here. He's has an appearance in here too, in that, a few appearances. So it definitely is a really, really good book. And there's at the back, there's some sketches and interview with Frank Miller and Klaus Janson, and so it's definitely a really, really good book here. Like here, they kind of talk about. Let me see if I can find it here. They kind of talk about how they would use the illustrations to let you know that someone died. Where's the picture here? Yeah, it's it's back here somewhere. I thought I saw it. Yeah. So here's an example. Like, so here is this, someone gets killed here, and then you see like the blade, pointing through the guy's body, but you don't see it like break skin or whatnot. So I guess that was just a safe way for them to keep their, Marvel code, the comic code, safe, so they, it wouldn't be pulled from the shelves and whatnot. But yeah, this, like I said, this is a really, really good read, solid read. Still holds up to this day. And I mean, like, the show, you can definitely see the show was based after these stories here. And again, I have nothing but great things to say about this book. I mean, I wasn't a huge Daredevil fan or anything, but, after reading these stories, I mean, I really think that he's a really, really cool character. And so, yeah, I mean, out of 5 stars, I gave this a 5 out of 5. This is definitely a must-buy. Support your local comic book store, but this is an older book, so they might not have it. So, I mean, I might have to purchase it off Amazon or whatever comic book site you might go to for these. But, yeah, again, great book. I got nothing but good things to say about it. Definitely, if you're into the Marvel universe, this is definitely a must-have in your library. So, again, thank you for watching my videos, and if you have any questions or comments or want to know any information, I'd be more than happy to answer you if you leave anything in the comments section. And yeah, thank you for supporting my channel. Thank you for supporting Pop's videos, and hopefully I have another video soon. All right, thank you very much.